am taking a look at the 2017-2018 Day Designer. So this one is the academic year styled. This one is a little bit different than some of the other planners that are out recently where their year runs from July through June. This one runs through June 2017 through May 2018. So it's a little bit different. I opened this already and I've been using it off and on, so this is not like an unboxing or anything. I'm just gonna talk about my thoughts on the planner and why I am using this one and why I like it and blah, blah, blah. First thing I'll show you is that it comes in a box like this. It's a nice, I don't know what color, if it's a different color for different style of planner, like different design on it, but this is the box I got. And it has the information on the side of what it is, and then it has a little tab and you pull it out and then pull it out, haha. It comes with a little foiled card to tell you to, Instagram, all that, and some packaging. I like saving these boxes because they're handy to use for other things. So that's why I hung on to it. I got the marble, I might have a different name than that. I didn't prepare myself super well for this video. It's the marble cover, though I really like it. Now her traditional cover is she has a black and white striped one and a Dalmatian dotted one. And there's a couple of other ones. I've had a floral one in the past, but this marble just looks so classy. Classy AF. And it has the gold wire O binding, I can't talk today. And the little gold protectors on the corners. The cover is basically like laminated cardboard. Like it's soft and smooth and you can wipe it clean, but it is not flimsy at all. It is hardcore. Now, I don't take this with me anywhere. This stays on my desk when I use it. So the hardcoreness may not matter as much to me, but it makes it feel kind of more significant. Now, the thing I have with my planner, and I don't know if it's how they all are or if it's just mine, but my rings are they're not round. They're not perfectly round. They have a flat part on the side. And I have no idea if that was the way that they intended it or if I got a slightly bent one. It doesn't really matter so much when I open and close it. It seems to work just fine. So I don't know. This isn't my favorite binding in the world anyway. I always feel like it's a little bit more of a pain in the ass than a traditional coil binding like what the Erin Condren planners are, but whatevs. And then it has a laminated pocket right here in the front, and then you get into the actual planner. This is a daily planner, and as such, generally speaking, daily planners don't have as nice and thick of paper as other planners do because it's so many pages, and the planner would be 800 pounds if you used fantastic ass paper in it. So the paper is thinner, but I'll do a pen test after I talk about the planner. You open it up, says the strategic planner and daily agenda for living a well-designed life. My word for the year is, I'm supposed to and I never got around to it, so. Anyway, it gives you some instructions. Whitney English gives you some ideas on how to get to your purpose rather than to just kind of trot along, fly by the seat of your pants. So she has some ideas for how to use this and her different sections in the planner. But you have some worksheets at the beginning, which I haven't done yet. I do plan on doing these. I just haven't had time yet. Things like time, money. This is the money and the time I spend on these things currently. This is the time and the money I would spend on these things if I was doing things the way I wanted to. Checking your values, your passions, and your strengths and seeing what overlaps. And you have some sections on heart goals, so helping yourself, everybody else, attitude and academics, resources, and trade and career. And then it gives you spaces to figure out 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and a whole year. And then over here, it is turning those goals that you discover over here to goals that are intentions. So you start with your description of your goal, then you break it down into monthly actions, weekly routines, daily habits, and what progress looks like. And then these pages are meant to help you map out an ideal month and an ideal week. If you were using your time ideally, what would it look like? So here's a month calendar and here is a week calendar, and the hours go from 5 a.m. to 12 a.m., which is a nice, I think, amount of time to check at. And then here is a 12-month overview running from June 2017 through May 2018. And then you get into the actual planner part. Now it has a monthly calendar, my favorite kind of monthly spread, a nice big hearty monthly spread with notes pages. And then you get into your daily pages. I zoomed in a little so you can see. So they start with a quote up at the top, and they're from all sorts of different people's inspirational type shit with the day of the week and the date of the week. And then they give you, this is for the weekdays, they give you a today's top 3 checklist, due, like it could be bill due, it could be library books due, it could be whatever's due that day, an assignment, work, dinner plans, dollars, could be dollars you spent, it could be dollars that you made, it could be with the net after, you subtract, and then a spot for don't forget. And then you have 2 columns. One column is today, and that goes from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then this is a to-do list with plenty of lines for writing in your to-dos. And then at the bottom, we have a notes section and a daily gratitude section. Every weekday looks like this. Here is what the weekends look like. So it's a Saturday and Sunday on one page. Same quote on the top. It's more simple though. It starts with a 3-line to-do list for each weekend day. And then it has a 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. schedule section here on both days. And like if there's a holiday, it marks it. And then at the bottom, it has a next week plan, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through Sunday. So this gives you a chance to kind of make note of anything major that's happening in the next week. And that's how the month, each of the day, the day situations look like. One of the things I love about this planner is the color scheme. I love like the minty inside, and I love the gold laminated tabs on each of the months. I think they're really pretty. I've noticed that the page that has the tabs on them, so it's usually the one side of the calendar is a little thicker. I wouldn't say it's super heavy cardstock. It seems more like that thinner like cover stock sort of situation, but it's nice and smooth. And that is the heavy duty page with the tabs. Now notice any holidays that they mark in here, they mark with this little gray tab. But the gold, gray, and mint, it's just so simple. And if you want to decorate, it gives you a basic bare slate on where to decorate. It doesn't give you a lot of space to decorate because each of these pages is basically completely taken up with which is good. I mean, it means all of the space is useful space. There's not a lot of like dead space. However, if you wanted to decorate, it's a very neutral palette. Now, one thing I have noticed, and it's not on every month, it's on a month where the last week ends up, like if the last day of the month is on a left-hand side page, I've noticed that the other side is a notes page. And these notes pages have 3 boxes at the top and then a bunch of dotted lines. And that's not something you get every month. That's if it works out where you have the last day of the month on the left and you have a blank right page. Which is nice because that means that when you turn into the next month, it's always the first of that month. It's sometimes one of the things that irritates me about like the Erin Condren planner, for example, is that when you get to the end of the month, the week that has that, because it's a weekly planner, then you may have some of the previous month in the next month or whatever. It doesn't end cleanly, but in this planner, each month ends cleanly within its section, which can be really nice for people like me who can get kind of irked by things like that. When you get to the back of the planner, there's another one of those notes pages that came kind of, again, because the 31st of May is on the left. You have 1 notes page and then 2 blank pages. And then the back of the planner, another hard cardboard cover. There's not a lot of space for extras in here. And what extras there are in the front in the worksheets that she gives you to kind of look at your year. But what I am going to use this back page for is to test some pens. It's a fairly simple planner. It does not, I tell you, man, this wire O binding is like my least favorite thing. Not my least favorite. There's a lot of things I like less than that, but I have a knack for like fucking things up super like spectacularly. And this is one of those things that I do. All right, so I'm gonna test these pens on here. And I remember I have a heavy hand, so take that with what you will. I'm gonna test a Inkjoy gel. It's just an 07 tip. I've got a ultra fine tipped gel pen. This is actually the pen I use in the Day Designer. It's one that I got in the Once More with Love box she did back in like January or something. This is basically one of those super fine tipped gel pens that you can get from like, you know, Japanese imports and stuff, like very ultra fine. It's very similar to any of those like ultra fine gel pens. Like it's not anything super hard to find like with this kind of tip. So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna do the Inkjoy Gel 07. I'm gonna use my bold ass Uniball Signo that I love, that I don't think I will use in here because it is super bold. And then I'm gonna use a Papermate Flare. And these are the pens I'm gonna test. just to see what it looks like on the other side. But like I said already, this is the pen that I use. Here are my 4 pens. This is what they look like on the front, and then we're gonna flip this over and see what it looks like on the back. And I'm zoomed in to see if you can see. They all shadow. Like, that's not even a thing. You can see that the flare kind of bled through in one spot. The Uniball one did not bleed through, which surprises me. They all shadow, but they all shadow basically the same. The one thing I'll notice about this pen that I like to use, the little gel pen, is that it leaves the raised, like, feels like braille, like the indentation on the paper. Now, again, I'm super heavy-handed, so could be something that's just the way I write. But what I see here is that they'll all shadow, but a broader tipped gel pen doesn't leave the same indentation as the skinny one. So that's something to keep in mind. So the Day Designer, I believe it retails for 58 bucks. I should have checked. It'll pop up right here, one way or the other, how much the price is, and I'll have it linked below. If you use my link, it is an affiliate code, and I will get a kickback for you purchasing through that link. So thank you. If you do, it goes to support this channel. But feel free not to if you don't want to. I like this Day Designer. Now, there's a simplified planner out there, which is another daily planner. But the thing that I like about the Day Designer, instead of the simplified planner, and I guess it kind of goes in 2 separate directions. The Day Designer really helps you break down and look at your goals and like try and really think about things that way, where the simplified planner is meant to help you live a more, like, to minimize sort of some things in your life and not go overboard with the planning. I am a hardcore list maker. This planner suits my style better, which is why I'm using it and not grabbing a simplified planner instead. It's just how I'm rolling. Also, Whitney English, the lady who makes these planners, I've met her before at Go Wild. She is fucking rad. So that's its own situation. So anyway, yeah, I really like this, and I'm not going to use it every day. Daily planning is not usually my style, but I will use it on days where I feel like my life is spinning out of control and I need to really buckle down and list some shit out. So that's going to be how I use it. I'm sure I would love an undated version, but then you know what? Part of me is also like, I could just fucking rewrite over the dates. Doesn't really matter, right? I'm not going to use any stickers in this planner either, because it's a pretty fucking bulky planner with all of the daily pages in it, and that's too much. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. I'm going to be doing a video that'll be coming out right around the beginning of July, talking about what my planner setup is going to be for the second half of 2017 and what I've used so far and how I feel about it. So we're going to do a video like that. So if you're interested in hearing me talk about my planners, or if there's something regarding what planners I use that you'd like to hear more about, let me know in the comments so that I can put that on my list of videos to make. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.